Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to make lasagna. We're going to make it with ground beef, cheese, and bechamel. You can substitute the bechamel, but I like to use bechamel in my lasagna. Also, we are going to use obviously some assorted vegetables to add to the taste. So let's go see the ingredients and the steps. So first I have 3/4 of a kilogram of ground beef. I have a can of diced tomatoes. You can do the tomato sauce or the diced tomatoes yourself using 4 to 5 tomatoes, should be fine. I have here 2 cups of milk as well. And I have 16 to 18 pieces of lasagna. You can buy them from the store, prepackaged. I have 1 cup of mushrooms, chopped very small size, like that. I have 2 large onions, also chopped into small pieces. 1 cup of tomato sauce, aside from the diced tomatoes. I have half a sweet pepper chopped also into small pieces. I have 2 cups of shredded mozzarella, black pepper, 4 garlic cloves minced, 1 teaspoon of thyme, salt, 1 teaspoon of all spices, half a teaspoon of clove, half a cup of flour, and half a cup of shredded parmesan. So now we're going to start preparing the lasagna. I have here a pot of water. I have boiled the water, and I'm going to add the salt. And remember, we are putting in the lasagna one by one because I do not want them to stick. So again, one by one, don't just throw the whole batch together. Just separately is fine, like that. Like so. At the same time, I'm going to start preparing how I'm going to fry the vegetables. So first I'm going to put some butter into a non-stick pan. And then I'm going to add my onions first, the 2 chopped onions that I had ready. Like that. I'm also going to add some salt. So this is at the same time that my lasagna is cooking, boiling. Like that. And I'm going to wait for the onions to be a nice yellowish color. And then I'm going to add my ground beef right after, like that. And then I'm going to lower the heat a little bit, just so it doesn't burn. And as you can see here, the water is boiling and it's very moist, but I don't want it too overcooked because it is still going in the oven, so I don't want it like one piece. So that should be enough. About 10 minutes is good. And then I'm going to turn off the water. I'm going to strain it and put some cold water on it and oil so it doesn't stick. Here I have 1 big big tablespoon of butter melted. And then here I've added the flour. Don't let it sit for too long. So I'm going to mix it very, very well like that. And then I'm going to put the milk slowly. As you can see, it's thickening. Continue to mix. And then we put in more milk. I'm going to wait a little bit until the meat is done, so I'm going to continue. Before I prepare the container that I'm going to put the lasagna in, I just have to make sure everything is ready at the same time. We're not going to wait for long. So here you can see that the meat is all ready. It's not fully cooked, but it's cooked. And I'm putting in the garlic now because I want to preserve the smell and the flavor of the garlic. So put in the garlic last. Then I'm going to put the mushrooms. Like that. Then we're going to put in the peppers. And I'm going to fry them a little on the stove, just so everything is not too dry. Then I'm going to put right after my black peppers, the black pepper that I had prepared, the thyme, and the allspices as well. And then I'm going to put the cup of tomato sauce that I had, the can of diced tomatoes and the tomato sauce as well, like that. If you need more sauce, if you want it a little bit more red, that's fine, you can add some more. And then we're adding a little bit more salt. And then now I have my bechamel on the side, and the heat is on again. I'm going to add some, continue mixing. I don't want it to sit. I need it warm when I'm putting it into the lasagna. And we can put some more black peppers. So again, I always want my bechamel to be warm, because if it cools down, it's going to become thick and I won't be able to spread it across my lasagna. So it's very important to make sure everything is ready at the same time. That's probably the hardest part, but everything needs to be ready at the same time. I'm going to prepare my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, so that I need it hot. I should turn it on now so that it's ready as soon as everything is in the pan, because it needs to go straight into the oven. So right away you can see that it's thickened a bit, and at this point I could go ahead and add the Parmesan cheese. All of it at once is fine, and mix it very fast. I need it very hot at all times. And as well, now we're going to add the mozzarella cheese. Again, make sure you're mixing right away. We cannot have it to settle. There we go. Make sure it's all mixed. And I just tasted it to make sure it doesn't need any more salt, but it's good. First, we're going to put the ground beef and the sauce that we had ready at the bottom. And then we're going to start putting the lasagna after that. But first, we're just make sure everything is spread very well all through the bottom. And then here's again the lasagna. So about 5 pieces should cover the entire tray, as you can see. There we go. And then we're going to put some more meat, the layer. So make sure the oven is on, that it's heating up, so it's ready to go right into the oven. We cannot let the bechamel sit. It's going to thicken and stick. So the next step is putting in the bechamel. The bechamel and the cheese. Make sure you wet your hands. I've wet the gloves a little so I could spread. So it's going to be very hot, but just add a little bit of water and spread. And then we're going to add another layer of lasagna. Again, 5 pieces should be good. Like that. And then again, the meat. And we can put a little bit extra meat there because we're not going to be putting any cheese with the last layer. And then another round of lasagna. And then we're putting some more meat. And then here's the last bit of cheese and bechamel. Again, wetting my fingers and spreading. As you can see here, I've spread everything. Put it in the oven, and when you take it out, it looks like that. We don't want it to be too reddish or burnt from the top. We want it just a nice crisp color, not too much. And I'm going to let it sit for a bit so I could cut it up into squares and serve. So don't wait till it gets too cold, just a little bit cooled down, and then we can cut it and serve. Hope you can enjoy this, and thank you for watching.